Hey guys and gals, my name is Quinlan if you didn't know that, and this is going to be a huge portion of my channel where I am going to be reviewing music. Music is something that I am super passionate about. I make a little bit of my own music and I just generally listen to music every single day, and I listen to various genres. I just listen to music for how it sounds. I don't know all of the technical aspects on everything, but I am learning as I go along, and I am really looking forward to offering my opinions on a whole bunch of albums that I will be reviewing in the future. I take huge inspiration from people such as Anthony Fantano, Sean C, as well as reaction channels such as I'm Dante, FNG, for life. And yeah, I really enjoy their content and am hugely inspired by them to give off music reviews, especially Anthony Fantano. Like, I'm not saying I'm copying him, but we're going to be very similar in the way we conduct our reviews. Today's album review is going to be of Juice WRLD's Legends Never Die. So Juice WRLD is a singer-songwriter. He also does a lot of rap, definitely a freestyle king. And he released his posthumous album Legends Never Die, which I believe is his third album, if I am correct. And Legends Never Die consists of 21 tracks and is around 55 minutes. If you exclude the intros, outros, and interludes, then it consists of 17 tracks, I believe. So the album starts off very well. You've got great tracks in the forms of Conversations, Titanic, Bad Energy, and Righteous. They are all very good tracks. They have great production from people like Ronnie J, I believe, DJ Scheme, I believe, as well as Take a Day Trip. There is some very grand and luscious production. It sort of suits the whole aesthetic of the album as well as the album cover. And Juice WRLD is just in his element here. He is giving off slick hooks and is really talking about his issues that he has been dealing with over the course of years. If you didn't know, Juice WRLD died in December of 2019 due to drug-induced problems. And this album really lays out all of the problems that he was dealing with and the ways he was coping with them. Out of these 4 tracks, Righteous really is the biggest highlight. They are all good tracks, but Righteous is just something different. It is so calm, luscious, angelic, and Juice WRLD just absolutely kills it. It is so tragic, because this was, I believe, one of the first singles that was released posthumously, and he just talks about his drug problems, but in reality it's just really sad. When you are listening to Righteous, it feels as if you are in the clouds, such as on his album cover, as well as the single cover for the song before the album was released posthumously. That "Oh, I Gucci suit, I'm feeling righteous" hits me every single damn time. It's really good. Then you get to the midsection of this album and it's sort of hit or miss. You've got Blood on My Jeans, which is just not a great track in my opinion. Of course, there is not that much lyrically. It's not a very well fleshed out idea. The production is quite good, but it's just very bland, basic things that have already been done by a lot of people, and yeah, it's quite short and yeah, just isn't a very well fleshed out idea and not a great song overall. Then you've got Tell Me You Love Me with Trippie Redd, and on the one hand this song is kind of like a bit basic and it kind of passes by without you even noticing, but on the other hand I really like it too. I really like the simplicity of Trippie Redd's hook, Tell Me You Love Me, and the rhythm is really good throughout the track. And whenever I have an opportunity to listen to Juice WRLD rapping, I am very happy, very happy, and he raps to a rhythm here. And he does have some good lyrics and topics, specifically to his girlfriend Ali, I believe. I actually mess with the track a lot. And the more I've listened to it, the more I've realized it's a good track. Then you've got Hate the Other Side, which is a track that is produced by Marshmello. The other track is Come and Go, that is produced by Marshmello. I'm not sure if he has any other producer credits. But on this track, Juice WRLD is sort of in his element. He's kind of just doing what Juice WRLD usually does. Got a decent hook and a decent verse. But Polo G absolutely kills it on this song. You know, he comes through with that like serious and like sad tone. You know, he's just spitting facts about his upbringing and where he's from, and the things that he's had to deal with in his life, and he just absolutely kills it. I love his verse on this track. And the Kid Laroi offers some nice passion and really conveys his emotions well, and adds a lot of versatility to the whole track list. Life's a Mess is very, very forgettable for me, at least. I think it's decent while it's on, and it sort of adds to the general themes of the album, but for me it's just not really a highlight, but it's not necessarily something that takes away from the album. It's just okay. And then Come and Go with Marshmello is another highlight for me. I love the intro of this song with Juice WRLD having this very, very somber tone. And then, you know, Marshmello comes in with a damn things in it, and he starts with the, like, is it electric guitars and grand EDM sort of genre vibes. And I'm not a huge fan of Marshmello. I'm not a huge fan of that genre, but I think it was a very, very much a pleasant surprise for me. And I liked how after the grand production and things, in the second verse, I believe, Juice WRLD comes in with his sort of somber, serious, sadder tone, and Marshmello finds a perfect balance between his sort of upbeat, you know, EDM genre type, you know, grand production, while still keeping that serious, somber tone that Juice WRLD wanted. Some people say it's a clash of ideas. I just like the balance that it has. Then we get into the third act, and the third act is also very much hit or miss. I think it's more misses than hits. There's not that many highlights, but a lot of the tracks just add small amounts to the album and the general theme and message that Juice WRLD is going for, and we just get to know him even more with every single track. But I wouldn't necessarily save these songs to a playlist. So in the third act, you've got a couple of songs like I Want It, Screw Juice, Up Up and Away, that are all decent tracks, but they don't really pop out. They're not really highlights. As I stated, they simply just add more to the album as it goes on. So it's nice to listen to, but let's be honest, we're not going to save them necessarily to a playlist unless you really, really mess with the vibes or the chorus on one or two of them. Fighting Demons, I think, is probably the best out of those 4 tracks, just because lyrically it holds quite a bit of weight, and I like the different vocal inflections that he has throughout the track. But Wishing Well is a huge, 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 huge highlight, and it is probably the darkest and most personal track that Juice WRLD has given to us, at least posthumously. He clearly states his situation, and it's very, very rare that we have an artist who can just say what they're going through and we feel every single emotion that they are conveying to us. There are lyrics such as, I can't breathe, I'm waiting for the exhale. I cry out for help, do they listen? Let's be honest, if it wasn't for the pills, I wouldn't be here. But if I keep taking these pills, I won't be here. Showing us the conundrum that he's in. You know, he wants to take these pills so that he can feel better about himself, so that he doesn't have suicidal thoughts, so on and so forth. But by taking these pills and probably having to increase each dosage due to like biological psychology reasons, he is going to eventually die because he's just taking way too many drugs. So it was really, really tragic to listen to that track, but it is a very, very, very good track. So after the third act, we get into the last act. So it starts off with an interlude by a whole bunch of artists offering their opinions on Juice WRLD, the man, the myth, the legend. And I thought this was a very, very nice way to pay homage to Juice WRLD by having a whole bunch of artists in the industry just acknowledge his talent and obviously mourn his passing. You've got people like Eminem and Lil Dicky offering insight into Juice WRLD's life and his recording process. It was, yeah, a very, very nice interlude. Probably my favorite interlude slash intro, outro, of those 4 tracks that aren't like fully fleshed out songs by Juice WRLD. It is definitely my favorite. So I really, really like the last act of this album. I thought it played out very, very well. You've got Stay High, Can't Die, Man of the Year, and then obviously the outro. So Stay High and Can't Die are huge highlights for me. Stay High, the chorus is just really, 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 really good. Hate it when they play both sides. Too low in my life, so I gotta stay high, once again, just conveying themes of drug abuse and, feelings of anxiety and feelings of depression, just accentuating the themes and messages throughout the album. It has some really, really great production and really, really just adds to the aesthetic of the album and adds to the general atmosphere, just adding layers and layers and layers untowards this album, Legends Never Die. The outro, Man of the Year, well, not the outro, the track before the outro, Man of the Year, the last fully fleshed out song on the album, in my opinion, is quite ironic because although it's upbeat and although Juice WRLD is quite happy on this track, to hear how he is happy for a short period of time and hear how he's still spreading positivity, helping others, is just really, really sad. His sort of celebration track is quite tragic for me. Almost like more tragic than listening to something like Wishing Well, just because hearing him happy just makes me sad, because like
it is what it is.
He could still be here, he could still be making music and having those happy memories. So when I first listened to this album, I thought it was decent, I thought it was okay, but as I got more and more into the lyrics and started realizing what he was doing, crying out for help and basically self-medicating and so on and so forth, I really, really started to enjoy this album. And this album is structured quite well. I just wish there were a couple of tracks that maybe could have been replaced by other ones or were just fleshed out better and just done a little bit better. But overall, this album is very, very good. Definitely Juice WRLD's best album in my opinion. It's done massive numbers, massive numbers, and it is going to continue doing massive numbers. You can see my favorite tracks down in the description below, the least favorite tracks in the description below, and I'm feeling like this album is definitely a solid, strong, sexy 7 to a low 8, a low 8, a low 8. A little 8, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, definitely 7, but something could sort of like, on a good day, like slip in an 8, slip in a little 8. So yeah, that was Juice WRLD's Legends Never Die album review by yours truly, Quinlan. Please follow my socials in the description. Please like and subscribe and offer your opinion in the comments and tell me what I should review next. So yeah, much love. Peace out and do the damn things, innit?